Hey there, thanks for joining us at the Rabbit Hole of Research, where you'll learn a few facts that you can impress your friends with at a party.
Hey, welcome back to the Rabbit Hole of Research down here in the basement studio for episode 41. We'll be talking about crimes through time. You have the crew. You have me, Joe.
You got Nick.
We've got Nick. We've got Georgia.
Hi there.
And we have a special guest joining us. Please.
Hi, I'm Lee Matthew Goldberg. I'm an author. I have 2 young adult sci-fi books that just came out, and I'm so happy to be here.
Definitely. And your books, they revolve around time. One of them, Miles in Time. Is that right? That's awesome.
Yes, yeah. The title definitely.
Yeah. We played off of that. Crimes in Time. See,
Traveling through time. Yeah.
Yeah. And with that, I'll go ahead and give my little opening definition.
List.
We'll save the list for later.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not going to break my streak
Can
of...
you actually do the list first?
I don't want to do the
Yeah,
list
come
first.
on. I want to hear a list.
No, you guys got to wait. I want to build the tension for the list.
Yes.
That's what
All
people
right.
like. That's what the fans like. Time is an absolute, universal parameter that flows at a constant rate for all observers. It provides the backdrop against which all events occur, a cosmic metronome, indifferent to space or motion, and is perceived to flow forward, a straight arrow, a line that moves from cause to effect, or from crime to consequence. But what if it doesn't? What if time bends, loops, fractures? What happens to justice when yesterday can be edited and tomorrow can reach back to pull the trigger? What if the criminal disappears into the past, so worse is the past? What about murders that haven't happened yet, alibis that exist in parallel timelines, evidence that loops forever, and a terrifying idea that some crimes have no beginning at all?
Is it just me, or have your descriptions gotten a lot more wordy? I don't know.
I don't know. And are you upset about this?
No, I'm just
Okay.
I think I agree.
Right.
You
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it probably depends on the topic.
Yeah. It is
Like
topic dependent.
time is very romantic.
romantic.
Yeah, like that concept
Time
of
is
time.
romantic. I didn't put that in my opening
No,
monologue.
but I think
Maybe
you
I need
can
to go back.
I can think you can wax poetic about time, and I think
Yeah.
that's.
I agree.
yeah.
I was with it the whole time. Yeah, I was.
Thank you. Thank you. I get a lot of shade
Although
here from my co-host.
Although I feel like there's,
No, it keeps you working for it. That's good. Yeah.
I feel like there's a little bit of pressure though, because you've said what we're going to talk about.
Maybe I don't actually. That's what I want to talk about. But as our listeners know, that is not usually. I don't get my way. So that's
You just try.
By force.
so. I'm trying to prompt everyone to talk about what I want, but no, it's okay.
That's what
so.
I felt like. Yeah, he's really kind of.
That's what I felt like. It was more like
He knows he can't script me, so he tries to.
Maybe what I've done is I can actually time travel, and I've gone back and I've created the
so
perfect.
we've already done this episode, and now
Right.
you've gone back and
That's
summarized.
right. I've already
Okay.
done it. Like,
Edited perfectly to fit the narrative.
and every time someone messes up, then I got to go
How
back.
many
and,
times have you done this,
Yeah,
Joe?
that's right. This is so boring. Wow, those jokes are perfectly timed. Yeah, that's it. I'm right on top of it.
So I want to say something really exciting. I did read your book. and
Awesome. I love that.
And I really,
I love that.
I really enjoyed it. But you will know, you could ask Nick and Joe. I haven't really read a lot of the other. You usually get more done than I do, and I
Yeah.
actually read the whole book.
Yeah.
So there.
Well,
I
I
know.
had to
I
restart.
really
the book.
appreciate that. That means a lot.
I read the first 3 chapters, so
Okay.
I'm not gonna try to lie my way out of it. No time travel. I'll have to go back and catch it.
I had to restart recently because I started reading yours for a different episode, and I'm like, wait, where am I?
It was like time travel.
Yeah,
Right. It got
Yeah.
you again.
and
It
then
got you again.
I'm just like, wait, what parts do I remember?
So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And so there's a part 1, which I read, but then you said there's a second one. So when did the first one come out?
So the first one came out about 2 months ago, I think May 6th. And then the second one came out about a month ago.
Okay,
So
they
the publishers wanted them. Yeah, they wanted them both out,
okay.
which is great, but it's also like a lot of PR that you have to do for a book.
Yeah,
Have
right.
You double the amount of PR, But yeah, no. And will there be a third one? Probably not, but you never know.
Right.
But probably, yeah, I think the loop has closed.
But you never know.
You never know.
You never know. And if it became like a franchise of movies, sure, I would write another one.
Yeah, because I read it and then I looked and I was like, wait, there's a second one. And so I was surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good marketing. I think a lot of times with indie publishers, they really have the ability to try different things out and see what works, what doesn't. So yeah, no, it's great. They're both out.
And how long have you been writing for?
Wait, I've been writing. So my first book came out about 10 years ago. My first book, Slow Down. But I've been writing since I was like a little kid. It's always been what I've wanted to do with my life. I think I was saying I used to write books about my dog getting in like a jam. I was always prepping to be a thriller author. And then now I have these sci-fi books.
Yeah.
So did your first book have anything to do with time too? Because it sounds like it might.
Slow Down, no. Slow Down was just set in the present time. But books I've been working on for a long time. So a lot of times like a book is in the back of my mind while I'm working on another one. And both of these books I was figuring them out while I was writing other things. They just took a little longer to marinate.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was looking at some of your other books. Yeah, but something that's with time travel, but it was like during the gold rush or...
Yeah. So my book, The Ancestor, it's my favorite. It's set in the present time, but it's about a man who wakes up in the Alaskan wilderness with amnesia. And he thinks he's been stuck in time since the Alaskan gold rush. And he sees a man that looks just like him, follows him home, and it brings him like a rush of memories of his wife, his child, but all from back in the late 1800s.
Wow.
And so he becomes obsessed with this man more and more. The more time he spends with him, the more he remembers about his family. And then he remembers he left like a massive amount of gold somewhere in the wilderness. So he has to go find it. So it plays with time travel and whether you could really be stuck in time for 100-something years.
Okay.
This brings up some of the paradoxes in time travel. So you get your first of many lists.
I was going to say, that sounds like a list.
Dun, dun, dun. No, and so you have the kind of classic ones is the grandfather paradox, where you travel back and you preventing your grandfather's existence prevents your own or grandmother or anyone in your
Wait, so this
lineage.
isn't the one where you become your own grandfather?
No, this isn't. Is that
So that's a whole
Futurama? Is
other
that a
list.
Futurama episode?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had a Futurama reference.
I know, right? I couldn't really shove Futurama in all the Fantastic Four series.
Well, maybe. Then we have the bootstrap paradox. It's an object or information exists without origin. And so that one, it raises issues of intellectual property. This is the same as a Jin principle, which is theoretical that an object's introduced that doesn't really have a start origin, so you don't know. And the classic was the Christopher Reeves.
I was going to say the penny.
Watch.
No, I thought
the
it was...
watch. Because the watch just exists. And so who actually... When was the watch created? Was it created in his time or in the past time? And you just have this loop where now an object has no true origin.
So because there was that penny, this is actually a spoiler.
It's older than 20 years. So,
but he sees the penny from the modern times, and that kind of throws everything off.
And that might be.
But that penny, you know where it came from.
Right. That you know where it came from. Yes, right. It's not. It would not be the bootstrap paradox or the Jin particle kind of paradox. I was going to say the other classic bootstrap paradox is in Back to the Future with Johnny B. Good and Chuck Berry. And he goes, oh, listen, this is the sound you're listening for. So now the origin of that music it really doesn't have an origin because it'll now be in this loop of just being created. So
stop me if we've had this conversation before. I don't know if it was on air or off air. But didn't it have to start somewhere? Because the start of that loop was when Marty McFly had heard it originally, correct?
Right. Yes.
And that was pre him going back in time.
Right. Yes. But now...
So then we saw the start of it.
You know the start because that's the fun of it. You actually know Chuck Berry and his music, and we know he created it. But in that Back to the Future world, it would be now just looped. Like, where did this music come from? Because Chuck Berry technically didn't create it now because he just listened to the sound that some kid was playing on stage and just
I guess
reproduced it. So
the question,
so now you have this kind of weird loop, because now the origin of it, and now you go in time, he now becomes famous Chuck Berry, and then that loops back. And
I think it would depend on how much music he had done before that moment.
it didn't look like he had done a lot. He was like in like his mom's basement or something. I don't know.
Also, wouldn't it make him like stealing IP?
That's right.
That point?
That's what I said. You have an intellectual property thing, and then Marty can sue him for. Oh, okay. That's
No.
There's enough problems with Back to the Future. I was going to say the one that kind of with the penny, and even your other story is the temporal identity conflicts, where you meet past, future selves, and it raises questions about memory, continuity, legal personhood, and identity. And so you have these moments in time. And then we have the pedestrian paradox. Attempting to change the past actually causes the event you're trying to avoid. And probably one of the famous examples is 12 Monkeys.
Oh, I love
I think that one. That's a good one. So, yeah, just some paradoxes that you have to. So when you were writing your story, did you think about a paradox, or did you just dive in and let the story just take it where it goes without spoiling it?
In the YA book, he finds almost like in Beetlejuice, or they find like about the other side, a book about it. He finds a book about what to do and what not to do in time travel. And his brother, the genius inventor, so he like leaves it for him. So like one of the things is you should never run into your past self. And my character is like, F that, like my past self maybe help me out.
So Lee, I don't want to cut you off, but maybe for listeners, could you give a quick synopsis of the story so that I think we all know what it's about. Right. But I realize we've been talking for a while. Oh, there's Miles and time travel and ta-da! Sorry. I'm just a bad host. Sorry.
in Miles in Time, it's set in present time in Iowa, and it's about a 14-year-old kid named Miles. His older brother is a genius inventor. He may be working on a time machine, and his older brother is murdered. And through kind of a code that the brothers shared, he's given clues to where the time machine is, told to go back in time for a week, figure out who murdered him, and save his life. So hence the book, The Do's and Don'ts of Time Travel, that the brother leaves for Miles. So one of the things I said was to not meet your past self. But Miles is like an amateur sleuth. He's a detective, and he feels like he could use his past self. So the two of them actually work together, solve a lot of the mystery together. So I threw out a lot of the rules that I had seen before and other things. It's like, it's a kid's book. It's fun. I didn't want to get tired too much and the complete believability. So yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to bring up, but then I was like, I don't know if you don't think it's a spoiler. But anyway, he did it.
No, you can say it. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting that he did team up with his past self, because I think that's just so drilled into you.
Yeah,
that
everyone's like,
you're going to explode.
And like, who made that rule? He really knows if that's an actual thing.
It's a very convenient plot device not to run
exactly.
It's like,
so I don't know. I just wanted to flip the script on. Time travel has been done so much in books and TV, movies. So a lot of me was just trying to figure out like what kind of new could I do with it? What kind of new things could I say about it? While also like being a real mystery at heart, because he is an amateur Sherlock Holmes, and I wanted it to be like a whodunit first and foremost.
You know, it has to be a nice kind of having your own self in the time or the past time that you can consult with, because that kind of prevents your own memories from being corrupted during the time travel. Right. So we have all this, like we just talked about the Jinn particle, and things can now have a non-origin. And so it would be useful to have someone that knows, oh, this is truly the origin of this thing, or this truly is a piece of evidence, not something that we've created. Because I guess through time travel, one could disrupt a change in time and then create another outcome or an event that then would have consequences in that way.
Yeah, I think the other thing about this story is the fact that he only goes back a week.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
Yep.
I think you mentioned that.
He's not going back to when he's like a 5-year-old.
So it's like you're pretty much the same, and
But they also are so different. Beckham has experienced the loss of his brother with that week.
Right.
And around that, plus also going back in time. The other one is naive and Miles from a week ago.
Right.
So even though they're only a week apart, like they couldn't be more different.
Right.
And I think they're able to play off each other. Like one's innocence helps the other kind of almost grizzled, hardened detective even a week later from what he's experienced.
Now, could the past Miles swap and go into the future? Or does that happen in the story? Sorry, I don't want to spoil it.
You have to read it and find out.
You'll have to read it. Yeah.
All right.
That's a spoiler.
I hit on something.
I do think that it made my mind went a little bit like when I'm thinking about time travel. And then, okay, so Dark Matter.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Crouch.
Yeah. That show, I read the book and saw the show. But that one really freaks me out because have you read it or seen it? Because,
both. Mm-hmm.
Because then all of a sudden, because there are all these other timelines, now all of a sudden there is like there's a lot more of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's
he wasn't.
They want like a second season and a third season. And
I don't think they were traveling through time per se.
okay.
They were all
think
at they were all at present time. They were manipulating the multiverse idea, not a time. They weren't going back in time. So the split, and you got all the hundreds of people.
Oh, so they didn't travel in different times at all. It was all in that same moment.
Right, and the kind of the idea the hypothesis idea that they were playing off of was that when you make a conscious decision, then you would split that reality because now they're like Schrodinger's cat, is it alive or dead? But when you make the observation, it then picks a path. But the other path also could create in a different dimension.
It exists in a different time where you actually chose that one over the other one.
Exactly. And so you would get all these hundreds of people because as you're making decisions, you would keep splitting yourself and create another dimension. But a lot of those would still try to come back to the same. So you had all these, I forget his name, trying to find home. And so every time he made a decision, that one in their dimension was trying to find home. And they just all wound up in his home at some point in time. And so that's why you had this whole thing at that. They rushed that in the episodes. I think it was like 8 episodes. And it was like, boom, now we have hundreds of people and they're taking a vote and things like that. Yep. I don't want to spoil that either because that's.
Oh, yeah, that's fairly new. Sorry.
Yep.
I honestly don't think I would be able to work with myself if I went back in time. I forget everything already. Like
that would be good though, because you go back and
two of you can help each other remember what you forget.
The two of us would just be like, "What happened? I have no clue what happened."
But to George's point, you could actually think about it this way: what if you started going back at intervals of a day and picking up your past selves and let's keep going back?
I know. I was going to say, then what if you didn't travel back to your present day,
right?
And you just kept living in that time,
right?
You're only a week behind, and then there's 2 of you.
And if you go another week, you got 3 of yous and 4, or you can fractionate it even more. So in a week, you would have 7. Like, I don't know. We're now getting crazy. Your time machine's got to be pretty big, or however you're traveling.
A lot of hand waving going on with this.
A lot of folks in that DeLorean. Time travel is a lot of hand waving. Yes. In that DeLorean, pack them in. You got to have a Yukon.
I'm saying the plausibility of time travel is very low.
Yes, we've discussed this in a previous episode.
I actually was not on the time travel episode.
No.
And
Are you sure?
Yeah, and I wasn't on the Doctor Who episode either.
There you go.
So
Lee should feel very special that Georgia chose it.
And
read the book.
And read the book. Yeah.
You got it fully prepared, right? That's beat out Nick and I on the reading part. And here, no. I was going to say.
Right after this, you're going to want to pick it up.
That's right. Yeah, or finish it. I guess I got to keep plowing through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the one show, and it came out in 2019, a movie, Spike Lee. I don't know if he was the director or producer, but See You Yesterday. And that had a very similar vibe.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And that's
that
the
was
one
really good.
Where her brother is killed through, I think, was it police violence or crime? Like some sort of crime incident. He got shot wrongfully. It felt like he was just wrong place, wrong time. And so she was an inventor and was going back to try to correct that. And so you had that whole paradox there that it was almost like everything she was trying would lead to the event or just miss it. and it was a very
Well,
kind
it
of
made
stuck in a
other
soup, right?
horrible
right,
things
right,
happen.
Right. So that kind of that pedestrian paradox.
Does that
we're
also
talking about.
fall under the butterfly effect then? Like
A small thing that leads to other
Yeah.
changes. I guess you could, yes, because if you go, that's one of the interesting things about the time travel in my mind, that when you go back, you almost can't leave the environment unchanged.
Yeah,
because
you
you
have
being
to have
there,
a butterfly
That's right.
effect.
Yep. So you would definitely have that happen as you
you
go.
being there already changes
All right,
everything.
changes
that's
everything.
happening.
You've introduced just breathing. You've introduced stuff, contaminant to that timeline. So let's use that. Contaminant, yes. You contaminated
You're
the
bringing
timeline.
back like some weird bacteria.
No,
or
you've
something?
introduced, right? So you've just going there and your dander off your skin, breathing your breath into the air
Oh,
or
boy.
breathing in,
I don't know.
you've now contaminated the timeline.
And then whatever pollution that's different and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't know. He's
What?
weird. In this
I
particular
agree with him
sto-
on this one.
No,
this
in
is
this
a shock.
particular story, he goes back to the same place that he was. So it's not like he's going to some foreign land.
Yeah, but you yourself, the minute that you step, like in any environment, like when the minute you come into the room, like just like present time, let's keep it there. You come into the room, you've changed the environment.
At least you didn't say I contaminated it.
If it was a clean room, you did. So if you go into a clean room, you've contaminated. So you have contaminated with yourself. We all have as you come in and leave and go and be in the world. So that same principle exists. If you time travel and you go back, even go back minutes, that timeline has been contaminated by a new, similar but different Georgia that came into that timeline.
Okay,
That makes sense?
sure.
Yeah. There you go. Lee, what do you got to say? Are you?
Yeah, also, that's what creates a good story. There was a way to go back in time and nothing was altered. There'd be no stories about time travel. In every story, something gets affected, which causes something else to get affected, etc. I think in my books, it's like they try to do as little as possible with affecting the most change for them and not for a global atmosphere. But they're not successful at that either. Like, like of course they're going to do something that's going to create a bigger kind of effect and change.
A ripple effect.
Yeah, and
Then
in
you
the
gotta go back
second
and
book,
fix
they go
that.
back. In the second book, they go back into the 90s to fix their family. So their family has issues. So they go back in time when the issues began for the parents. And then it was just a fun way to go back to 1999. So we did it. Yeah.
So did you think a lot about the plausibility or the science, or was that something?
Yeah, I definitely read a lot of time travel books. I watched a lot of movies that connected to it. Some of the ones that you mentioned, Joe, like 12 Monkeys.
Mhm.
But also because the books are adults have been reading them, and honestly, probably more than kids. But I really wanted to keep the age like 12 and up. So I didn't want to do too much. Like I didn't want to overload 12-year-olds with any kind of mathematics or anything that would bore me. I kind
Some
of left out of it.
physics and
Yeah, I think there's nods to certain things here and there. He reads, I might be mispronouncing it, but Godel, who is like a philosopher or scientist about time travel. So that's the passcode that he uses. So little things here and there I kind of added into the books, but I'm not so smart in terms of science and math. So I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew in terms of that.
You didn't want a 14-year-old scrolling on the floor all the mathematics
That's
of
right.
the universe.
I didn't want
and-
I didn't want a 14-year-old being like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
But
Kind of as possible.
in general, the sciences, there isn't a lot of science.
You
Yeah,
think
we
about it,
have
yeah.
not traveled
Yeah.
back in time
No
yet.
one's done
so
it.
that we know of.
Yeah.
that we know of, that's true.
Yes. No, that's
For the most part, it's speculation, and that's good for a fictional author. Like when there's stuff that's only been speculated, you could make things up as you go. That's why writing sci-fi is fun.
Just to be able to have that freedom of the unknown. And
Yeah, I'm creating worlds, and like I said, most of my books are thrillers, but I'm more interested in moving toward sci-fi. The one I'm working on now has a little kind of like horror bent to it, but a little
hell yeah.
supernatural. Yeah. I want to play around with it. I might do it under a pen name though, and then have separate.
from your
is that going to be a YA book as well, or is it going to be?
No, I don't think I'm doing YA again. I think this is it. Yeah, you're limited. There's certain things you can't do, and I mostly write more disturbing thrillers. So I had to play a little, almost too nice for these, or I want to go back to what I like to do.
And I do think this had a lot more edge, and it was but one of my favorite books when I was little, and this, I'm somewhat dating myself, but also it was a really old book even then. But have you ever heard of Homer Price?
That sounds familiar.
Yes.
And I love those books, Homer Price. And they're illustrated by the guy that wrote that book, Make Way for Ducklings. Do you know that?
Okay.
No.
It's one of my favorite.
You don't know Make Way for Ducklings?
No. Is this a time
we
travel
probably
book?
have that back there. No, but anyway.
Yes, it's a time travel book.
Anyways, I love the illustrations, but it's like this kid and he lives in a pretty rural area. But then it, like, all the little stories in it are things that happen, and he has to solve these little mysteries and stuff. So I don't know why it brought that to mind when I read, because there was something of there was an innocence to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wanted also, thank you. I wanted like a nostalgia factor, and especially with the sequel. The sequel kind of was when I was in high school, so like they go back to a time that I remembered really well in terms of when I was that age. So yeah, I think anytime a book connects you to nostalgia. My favorite books as a kid were Hila and the Celery Stalks at Midnight by Deborah and James Howe, about the kind of vampire bunny.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Those are my favorite.
Very neat. I was going to say,
And
go ahead.
Adventure.
Go ahead, Lee. What was that?
I would think, and all the Choose Your Own Adventure books. I
Yeah.
love
Oh,
those.
yeah,
Yeah.
The
definitely.
Goosebumps
Yeah.
Choose Your Own Adventures were so good.
Yeah.
So I just was on a panel that I moderated last week at Thriller Fest, and R.L. Stein was on the panel from Goosebumps.
Oh, that's so
Oh, that's
fun.
pretty
And
cool.
he was the best. He was like, "We're just going to treat it like a stand-up comedy routine." And I was like,
That's so fun.
"Yeah, no, he was really funny, and
Yeah.
he's very sweet." Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Your second guest that was on that was in conversation with
Oh, yeah.
R.L. Stein. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Mayberry had to reschedule one of our recordings to go do an interview with.
Or
a
he was
conversation.
doing an
They were
event.
an event. Yeah, in conversation
With R.L. Stein.
R.L. Stein. Yeah, no,
Gosh.
look at that.
I think we need to get R.L. Stein.
yeah, the universe is speaking to us. Our time travel from the future. I was going to say, we were talking about research and things. One that came to mind was a mockumentary, The History of Time Travel.
That was really good.
Was that with Mark Duplass? No.
I don't know who was in it. Yeah, it was. The whole thing was about the creation of the time machine, and so this group of scientists makes a time machine and uses it, and then every time they use it, you see all these changes. So like the Russians get to the moon first, or in technology, like the first one
was
they used.
really,
It was
a
fun.
very clever.
Yeah, because the
because
background
What
is
was the
things-
name again?
the history of time travel.
History of Time
Time
Travel.
travel, yeah.
It was
It's like 2014, 2015, somewhere in that ballpark.
and
I'll put it in the
little
show
Easter
notes.
eggs that were
Yeah.
subtle, but like the pictures on the wall would then
Yeah.
change when they're like.
Or like the video
Right.
game consoles that they use to build the time machine with, to control it. And you start and you keep seeing it modify. And yeah, and then they go back to destroy the plans because it's ruining everything. So you have this whole,
Yeah, it was really good.
And then I don't want to spoil the ending because
don't
it's kind of
spoil it.
fun.
I
Kind
think
of
the one I was
twisty.
thinking of was Safety Not Guaranteed with Mark
Oh,
Duplass
that's a good one.
in Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, yeah.
Guy puts an ad in
I was
Craigslist
gonna
or
say
something
that
like
the
that.
ad, yeah, okay.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah.
Was definitely one of those time travel movies where I'm like, oh, that's really good. Fun little adventure. Trying to build a time machine as well, and everyone thinks he's crazy. He might be.
Right.
Mm.
You could just have.
One that I love is Primer. It's about
Yes.
I've heard it.
20
I've never
years,
seen it.
I want to say. Yeah, it was a small movie. Forgetting the director's name, Shane something. But it's really good if you're able. I don't even know if you could find it like beyond probably like on DVD or something, but it's great.
Yeah, we'll put
You
it
could
in the
watch
show
it on
notes.
YouTube, and it's $3.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, nice.
Shane Kurth.
Yeah, with a C. Yeah.
Yeah. Is the
And then he
director.
did another movie that was like just as weird, not as good, but also interesting. And then that was it.
Yeah, Primer was definitely one of those that were like, whoa.
Yeah.
And
I didn't
it was-
see
And
that one.
probably made for $200,000. Like it was really well made for how cheap it was.
and still underrated.
Yeah, no, completely.
Gee, golly, I lost my train of thought for a second because I kept thinking of Primer.
Let's go back.
That's fair.
Go
That's
back
fair.
and you got time travel back.
I know, yeah. It
Couple
just all
minutes.
brought me
Yeah,
back
right.
on that movie, and I'm like,
I was gonna mention, because it came up in the conversation, but just time travel, the mind, and how that can be a form of time travel where you don't. It's all just a construct because your brain can fast forward and imagine events, but also in the past, which is somewhat corruptible. And so just in your own head, you could have a whole time travel-esque story where you're in this loop, this mental loop of time travel. And you have that. I don't know. I don't think there's any stories like that where you're
50 First Dates.
that's a, I guess it would be.
Yep.
Yeah,
50
it's like
First Dates.
Now,
Falls
what do you-
into that category.
Now, what are you
Yeah.
saying, that you
Easily.
keep reliving something?
Right.
or-
Well, not necessarily reliving it, but that the time travel component is more mental than almost in your brain than being a physical manifestation of you traveling back into the past or into the future.
Which I would think that 50 First Dates is Drew Barrymore's character is time traveling every day she wakes up then.
Is that like Groundhog's Day?
No. What, she
Yeah.
gets hit in
Well,
the head with...
Groundhog's Day is a form of time travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is time traveling back to
Yeah.
the beginning of the day.
But just keeps repeating everything.
Just keeps repeating.
Just
He just
stuck in
keeps
the loop.
repeating one day, just over and over.
Yeah.
And maintaining the knowledge of previous
Day.
24 hours.
Yeah. Previous experience?
Previous experience. There's another one where they were stuck in a hotel. There's been a few like that.
Oh,
They were in a
yeah,
hotel.
with
and-
Andy Samberg.
Palms? No. Was it?
That one was great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Palm Springs. Was that
Was that
that
it?
the name of
I
it?
wanted
Yeah.
to say that, but I was
Yeah.
like,
it was
pretty fun.
like hit the pandemic when it came.
Right.
It's
That's
like,
exactly right.
like
Yes,
I
yes.
don't have a memory around it.
It was like, time travel. The
It
pandemic.
was really good. It was
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was good. I'll look it up and get that in the show notes too. A lot of good movies for time travel.
oh, 100%. Like, it's such a fun
you
one
can
to
make
work
an
with.
argument. You can make an argument that every time you have a memory, technically it's time travel.
Yeah, I
right,
can
and
see
that was the
And
case of the
that's
mental.
and that's
Every
the
memory,
mind.
Right.
you're
Yeah.
going back in
Right.
time,
Right, you are.
even
Yeah.
if the memory changed.
Well, you do. You will corrupt memories. So as you access memories, you can rewrite them. They're not fixed in time. So every time you pull a file out, you can make an edit, then put it back, and then when you pull it out again, you go, "Oh, it was blue. We were driving a blue car." And
Right,
everyone's like,
right.
"Oh, it was red." So did you time travel in a blue car? But now you're in this
You're
other
remembering it.
timeline. So,
Even
Or-
sense can take you back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Ratatouille, where the critic, he had the Ratatouille, and he was like,
Right.
yeah,
and
I
he
think Ratatouille just put a little bit of crack in his food.
Well, they had
no, that
said
was
that.
rat
Like,
poison.
I think he was like, "Oh yeah."
What were you gonna say,
Was that
Lee?
Lee?
I can't remember if what they say about deja vu is the deja vu. Oh, this connects to dark matter. The deja vu could be a memory almost of a different, slight multiverse of where you've been. Just the same, but something's like a little off.
So it's that split in thought process then. All right, one of us is doing this, but the other one's doing this.
Or we're in the Matrix.
Yes. Or
It's
we're
a
all
glitch.
dead and
Yeah,
we're
that's
just
it.
living through it.
It
Yeah,
could be
right.
a simulation.
Did you just say deja vu? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Look, it could be everything. We could be in
Yeah.
a simulation that's time traveling to a
Time
different
travel. Yes.
Right.
itself, a black hole again and again.
Holes.
Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
know.
And then
Yeah.
when you were talking about memories, it made me think of the Memento, because in a way he
Yes.
time traveled
right.
because
Yes.
he
Yes.
forgot everything and then had to
Right.
go
What else
back
have?
and figure
the
it.
50
you know.
first dates. Yes.
Drew Barrymore.
I
50
think I
first
saw.
dates.
I think I saw that.
Yeah. And you keep going back to the
Yes,
beginning,
same.
right?
I can't remember if I've seen that movie or not.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I've
It's been years and a half, but for some reason that
It
movie
stuck
popped into
with-
mind.
It stuck
Yeah.
with you.
It's a well-known movie. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a beloved movie.
I don't know if it
Wow.
popped up on
They don't
TV
describe it
somewhere,
as a
and-
time travel movie, but I think they should. It probably would be more popular.
I don't know what Adam Sandler. I don't know how popular his movies are nowadays.
Shoot.
What?
Laying a shade down on Adam Sandler.
It's not his 90s films where it was like, oh, every one of those was a hit.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore.
50 First Date was probably like the beginning, the end. Yeah. Then he got a Netflix deal and he just started cranking them out.
Oh yeah, he's just riding it now.
More power to him. Like, I'm sure they paid him $50 million to do nothing.
I would. You get to hang out with your friends all day, and
yeah,
right.
Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. I don't have high hopes.
That's probably it.
Yes. What was the other one with Chris Rock and
Grown Ups?
Grown Ups, yeah. Then Grown Ups 2.
Grown Ups, yeah. Billy Madison is a classic. That was great.
Right.
The Wedding Singer.
Oh, The Wedding
Singer.
Now we're just time traveling through Adam
Water
Sandler
Boy.
films.
Yeah, there it is.
We're all reminiscing.
And I was like, oh, remember when?
He and Chris Farley used to do this sketch on Saturday Night Live where they were like an old married like couple, and they would read the Gats reviews and then just like shit on all the reviews, and it might be my favorite thing ever.
But yeah,
Chris Farley played the wife, and she was like the positive one, and Adam Sandler was like the cranky like old man.
That's awesome.
Oh, those are fun ones. I miss those. But
there you go.
For
time travel,
I honestly think that there can be some kind of mental time travel, though. Like, I feel like out of all of them, that one might be the one that I can get behind and being like,
there we go.
This is in the realm of plausibility.
Except I think when you start going down that road, it's your memory versus everyone else's memory, right?
Yes.
And so that becomes...
Because what was that movie with Jim Carrey? He was erasing memories.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Would that be considered a time travel movie then?
I don't know if it's time.
He's going back in his mind. And
the way the movie was filmed and the story was told, you do have a lot of flashbacks where you're going, and you at some points in that movie, and it's been a little bit since I watched it, but you were questioning where you're in present, because they almost fell back in love again because all their memories were erased. Then they went back, so they reset, and then they fell in love. So you really didn't have, you're right, it was more mental because they didn't chronologically go back 6 months to the beginning of the relationship. They just met each other, and it was that kind of chemistry re-sparked, and they moved forward from there. So in some ways, yes, they reset.
It's more of the
like
talking about it like memories, obviously.
Right. That's what I was saying. Out of all of them, I think the memory one is in the realm of possibility.
But it's not a true chronological. You're not really going back. In some ways you are, but you're not really going back.
But trying to relive those memories in your head, that other person isn't there. So it's changing your history.
Yeah.
It's just on a more personal level.
Element. There's definitely time travel elements in it.
It's just a personal time travel where no one else in your life is affected by it.
There's also the butterfly effect as well in that one, because their relationship changes due to the memories being erased as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one where I'm like, it's one of those not classified as a time travel, but probably is a time travel film. Like, there's so many of those that fall into that category, like 50 First Dates and Momentum. Is Momentum considered a time travel movie?
Momentum? No, it's not a time travel.
No, it's a more. It is his. He has that short-term memory
amnesia,
loss,
right?
so.
Yes.
Which going by. Sorry, I'm waving my hands around here and just
a lot of handwavium here.
Yeah, just full hands tonight.
I was going to say that we're talking about going back into the past, but really that theoretically the math suggests you'll actually be able to go forward in time.
I think going forward is a better idea than going to the past. Like, personally, I don't think there's anything in the past that I'm like, yes, I need to go to that.
There's a lot of bad stuff in the past.
Yeah.
That I want to
right.
avoid.
And so you're hopeful that hopeful that the future may be better.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or I'm just dead in space. Oh.
Dead in space?
Yeah. If you go for...
Hopefully you're done the math and you calculated where you need to land, because you're right.
If you miscalculate, then you're going to be moving.
Yes. You'll be in a wall. Like you're off a little bit. You're just in a wall now. Can someone get me out of the drywall, please?
I've been split in two.
Yeah, why is our walls talking all of a sudden? Sounds like Nick. No, I think forward time travel, but it's maybe not as interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's why. Because usually either you're forward time traveling, you learn something. Oh man, this meteorite's going to smash into the earth, and then you go back to convince people that you're not crazy. And you
Terminator.
Yeah,
like Terminator. But when the machine is trying to kill you, I don't know if you need a lot of convincing that there's a sophisticated AI machine hell bent to kill humans, or Sarah Connor in particular.
Terminator 2 is still one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yes.
I think so. I love it.
It's just perfect. It looks fantastic. It just tends across the board.
This goes to, we've had this discussion about movies where the sequel is as good or better than the original, the first movie in the series. And I think the consensus
Terminator 1 is great, but Terminator
2 is Aliens.
No, we disagree with that one.
Superman,
those
Superman
are
2.
both good in their own way.
I said as good, and I was going to say the discussion, Nick and I, we've come to some agreement, I think, is that usually when you have that, is that the style of the movie changes.
They split it up.
So you have Alien was a horror, Aliens was action. I think you can say the same thing about Terminator and Terminator 2. Terminator 1 was more almost a horror thriller, and 2 was as action. It was so you have the split between the movies, and I think it's well done. I think if you're writing a sequel, that's a good way to go.
And then it keeps
hard because it keeps enough of it the same, but also takes it in a different direction. Right. So I think the audience wants something a little bit new from a sequel. So I feel like whenever they do that and do that right, it tends to be successful. Yeah. A lot of times they do it wrong though. Like in the sequel, like I just saw yesterday, I saw that the Megan sequel.
I heard it.
That was a terrible movie. Yeah.
I forgot that was already came out. Like, I like the first one. I just have not.
I think it was fun and dumb. And then the second one is like a full action movie, and it just doesn't work. It's
I think you have that with slashers genre in general. You know that the second one is usually just goes all campy. Or
do you mean the 10th one?
Or depending on the franchise.
I wanted it campier. Like I wanted. I feel like that movie worked the best. It was leading into its stupidity.
Right.
Like this one would have moments, and then it would like veer from it.
Start taking yourself serious.
Yeah,
a little bit. Like it had something to say about AI. It was like, I don't really need that from you, Megan. Like,
you don't need it. I don't need a lecture here. Yeah, this isn't.
We already know we're screwed.
Yes, it was a Megan TED Talk. That was the vibe.
There it is. They should lead with that, and that probably would get them some more fans.
Yeah.
No, I think forward time travel is interesting, but the storylines.
Yeah.
So if you had to pick one, you would pick forward.
Yeah, I have zero reason to go to the past. There's nothing good back there.
Lee, how about yourself? Where are you
going? I don't know if I want to know the future and then have to deal with it. I don't know.
I just know going forward in time, you're gonna either A, die because of whatever kind of diseases are there now, or B, bring diseases that you already have now in the present into the
contaminate.
Future. Exactly.
Contaminate the future. So the question, and we'll come us, Lee, and George and I can answer. But how far are you going?
Ooh. If we're already doing it, let me go like far. Like I don't want to go like 20 years. Let me see 500 years.
You're like time machine. Like you're going 10,000, right?
Wow.
I want 1,000 years in the future. Thank you. Go full Futurama.
That's about right.
You hope your bank still exists. Like,
exactly.
Like in Futurama, right?
I'm a billionaire.
The full Futurama. How much is my interest now?
So you're going forward 1,000 years. Georgia, did you?
I don't know.
Lee's going 5,000.
Lee, you said 500 or 5,000?
Yeah, that 5,000 might be.
You're going back or forward?
You're 500 and 1,000. Okay, enough where it's different, but I don't want like sea creatures, Earth or anything.
So you're going forward, not backwards.
For me, I don't know. I've written historical books, so sure, I think it'd be cool to like we were talking before about the Alaskan Gold Rush, like to go to or I've spent so much time researching I feel like that would be really interesting.
Right.
But yeah, sure. Let me go 1,000 years in the future. See what's happening.
So we're there. Yeah, because going back to the gold rush, it seems like a hard life, even if you're just visiting.
Really cold.
Yeah, it's like the vacation you don't really want. Like
it's not so much a vacation. It's like killing bear and eating bear. And
that's a rough
let
time.
me go to a spa in the future.
Yeah, there it is.
Gosh, I don't know. That's really tough.
Like Flaw Paradise.
I feel like you're really like just totally no control.
Hopefully in the future they'll have a Westworld type thing going on.
No, it's called Future World.
Future World is...
Yeah, no, but in the future I want a Westworld type.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You want to go to the future for the Westworld.
Yeah, that way I don't have to deal with all the stuff of the past.
But you can experience it.
See?
Come on. All right.
Interesting. But you do know some of the complications that happen.
Nothing bad happens. I don't know what I didn't finish the show, don't worry. But I can guarantee nothing happens.
It was a movie also.
I'm actually going back to the 19 whatever was it 70s?
You're going back to the 70s?
No, not in the time travel. In the talking about Westworld, whenever the Westworld movie came out.
So you instead of Westworld, you want to go back to 70s.
No.
70s world.
You want there to be a 70s world to go back to.
Yeah, so you go in the future to go back to the
I think that you guys have
their version of the 70s.
Yeah.
It would be a skewed version. It would be real but not fully real.
I don't know. I think I'd have fun, and it'd be more like if you could just go to different times.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just
you got
hang
a one-way
out
ticket,
a little
Georgia.
bit.
You don't have to pick
That's what
one.
I'm saying. Like I think there's some moments in history I would love to go to and just hang out. It'd be really cool. But if it's only one thing,
One-way ticket.
I don't know, because you're really like putting up so much to chance about going forward. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can decide.
You don't know if you
Boo.
can. That's a lot of hand waving there. I don't know.
Joe, what about you?
Yeah,
Where are you going?
I'm with Nick. I don't really, as a person of color, going back into the past, there's not a lot of super great stops. So it might be interesting for a little bit, but then you got to deal with everything else. So yeah, probably I would punch my ticket to the future. And I don't know if I would go super far. Like I see the point. Let's just go hundreds and thousands of years up.
I want the future with flying cars.
Yeah.
Right.
We were promised this future, and we do not have.
There's cars that can get you up in the air. That exists now.
Yeah.
No, but it's not like the Jetsons.
I don't know if I want
Fifth
that.
Element.
Listen, the Fifth Element. We drive with people with four wheels on the ground, and they have trouble. So do you really want to be in the air with people like zipping around like that? So if AI is controlling the flying cars and we just sit back and chill, then I'm for that. But if people, being people, are flying around in 1,500 pounds of metal and jet fuel, I'm going to pass on that.
Disaster. More like Minority Report.
I'm okay with that. Like
Yes.
that cyberpunk style.
Then you have thought police. I don't know. I feel this going 10 years. 10 years up.
Just 10 years?
10 years. Because what can happen then, see, I'm still 10 years younger, but I'll meet my 10-year older, and then we can do stuff. We can like really...
Wait, what kind of stuff are you trying to do with yourself?
Get into it. I mean,
get into it?
Why? Take over the world. kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh.
No, what are you guys talking about? Stop it. Futurama.
The way you were talking about it, I'm like,
No, we were talking about earlier about having yourself as your partner in crime. Or
trying to,
Right.
time looped it back around.
He
Right,
wants to
right.
he wants to team up with himself.
That's right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess I can go back 10 years. I go plus or minus 10. just wheel the spinny and go. The price is right.
I think I know exactly when I would go back to.
Yeah. See, now I've opened up a whole nother thing. You get to go back and actually team up with yourself. Like maybe your 25-year-old self. Just go back and be like, let's get this done. Let's do it.
But are you your 50-year-old self?
Yeah. The only reason I don't want to go back was because I was like, either I'm stopping at poor postdoc, poor grad student, poor undergrad, and none of that is, there's no capital to do anything. So I figure if I go 10 years forward, hopefully I have some capital. I'm not paying tuition anymore for kids or anything like that. And I've stockpiled some money, and then now I come with my still youthful excitement about the future. I show up and we make it happen. I guess I could be a poor older person.
Because then you're just changing the whole future for yourself.
Yeah.
So then the you that exists now.
Well, if we have time to
Right?
prepare, I'm gonna get my country wisdom, and
You're gonna go live in the woods. And
no,
just
I would do
yourself.
things like if you got to go live and you can't come back, then I would take things of value. So I would probably go get gold wire and things like that. That would be a commodity to trade and sell. Very fixed things, but still light. So thin it up and then go, and then you have.
Get all the sports stats. And then
Oh, okay. Back to the future.
Back to the Future, yeah.
I don't think you're going into the future. If you're going in
I'm
the future,
saying, if
then
you're
what
going-
stats are you getting?
no, I'm saying you. I'll never.
For
mind.
you would end up going with sports stats, so you can. Bet
Yeah,
on
but I'm going into the future. They're
So
no
he-
good. I got
Oh,
nothing.
you
What
said
am I like?
the past too.
I said if you go in the past, maybe, but once you
Yeah,
get there, you
obviously
might
in
change.
the future,
Yeah, right.
people would be like, "Who cares who won the World Series 30 years ago?"
In 2025, the winner is going to be. What do you mean it happened already? Oh,
Wait,
positive.
when am
I
I?
like this. I like this. A story of the time travel gone wrong.
Yeah,
kinda.
right. You show up. You're like, oh, I'm going to go 10 years in the past with all these facts and figures you spent years memorizing, and then you get in and you show up and you're 10 years plus. It's like,
Who am I? What am I? Where am I?
yeah, that would be bad.
That would be the luck too.
Yeah.
I'm going to the past. When am I? The future.
You just spent all this time memorizing. Yeah, that would really suck. I feel bad for this person.
I think it'd be really funny. Like, I can't wait to see that movie.
There it is. Lee, do you have any events or anything you want to plug? You got your book, the 2 books you said.
Yeah, I'll be at BoucherCon, which is like the mystery thriller writer convention, the first week of September
Okay.
in New Orleans.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
What
Yeah.
was
I'm
the name
coming
of the
off,
second
like-
book?
The second book is called Time Fixers because they go back in time to fix time.
Cool. Sorry, it's been bugging me. I'm like, I don't think you've said it, and I don't know the name of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 books.
time-
Let's fix that.
Miles and
Oh, there you go.
We'll go back. Don't worry.
yes, post edit. It's like
And yeah, it takes place in 1999, like I said.
nice.
That's awesome because then everyone's worried about white.
Yeah, there's a little bit of kind of white gay paranoia and Discman, and
Right.
there's a lot of kind of the music from that era.
Oh, that's
like
really cool.
Yeah, but VH1 is still. They had the. Remember, they played "Party Like 1999" by Prince on loop
For 24
for
hours.
24 hours. Yeah, it was like that. They still showed
Yeah.
music videos, but they just had it
Wait.
on a loop, and so
Wait, hold on. What? VH1 shows music videos?
they did. Yes.
Can you believe
Started
it?
that way.
Yeah.
Same with MTV.
MTV, yeah, no,
I thought
MTV,
One,
BET.
It was not
Yeah.
just for teen moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
MTV
they
was
should
just
bring
for-
it back. Music videos back.
You do like on
Yeah.
Apple Music videos for songs like that. People still make
Yeah,
music
they're all over
videos,
YouTube.
yeah, but they're not. Yeah, they're not as. There's no TV for it, but they do it. Yeah, they still make. But you're right. Yeah, that was a heyday because they were trying to outdo each other with their music videos.
I definitely grew up where I would watch MTV.
Yep.
Forget the name of the
Yeah.
show. It was the Total Request. Yeah.
No, yeah, that was the life. I was in
See,
Like
you can
college.
go. You can go back.
be
Go
creeping
back.
on.
Go back to
Creeping at
Yeah.
college. So
In LA.
who's this strange old man in the lobby watching MTV?
I remember these days. This song's going to be in 15 years.
I bet you this one's gonna hit the top billboard. Come on, let's get those bets.
I just feel like something really bad's going to happen if your older self goes visits your young self. Actually, there was that movie that was really good. My Old Butt or something.
Oh, my
my old ass.
my old
My
ass,
old
yeah,
ass.
my old butt.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. The young
Yeah,
adult
that-
version. My,
But that was
yeah.
really good.
that
I
was,
really
right,
like
right.
that.
Right. He's
Yeah.
on mushrooms and
but it was like, yeah,
no,
it was like mental time
another
travel.
Aubrey Plaza movie. Yeah.
Aubrey
she, like,
Plaza for the win.
Yeah.
Is she
Yeah.
going to be our time travel queen?
There we go. Maybe.
Much,
we
yeah.
got a
Give
hand up
award.
award. Yeah,
There might be another one.
yeah.
But there was like obviously Demi Moore being with her. Like there could be some really bad
more?
consequences. You're like, never mind.
Oh, you mean like substance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
But I think in that one, it was more a mental time travel. And I got back to that. That's another one probably
Yeah.
I would throw in because you're right. She was tripping on the shrooms and then she would see her older self.
Is this the second episode this year we've talked about drugs and doing things with science?
I don't know.
I think
It
there's
comes
a
up
lot more we could
yeah.
talk about.
There's a lot more we could talk about.
We're going to have
There's a
to
lot
do a
that
whole
can
episode of drugs.
We could do all.
A whole episode. There, you heard it here first.
Prepare for season 3 of the drug episode.
Oh, what was the other show we watched? There was a series. Oh shoot! And they're a newspaper delivery, and it's based on the graphic novels.
Paper Girl?
Is that what it's called?
Paper Girl, yeah.
What?
Because it was 4 girls on
yeah.
bicycles.
And then that was a really good show.
Yeah, that
too.
had some time travel. I was going to say For All of Mankind, the Apple Plus one.
Did they time travel?
It's an alternate reality.
It's an alternate reality, but nobody time travel.
But I mean, it is time travel. Okay, never mind. That's a whole different.
That's a different argument.
But it is because it's an alternate reality. But you're right, it's not time travel. Never mind. I'll scratch that. I'll edit it out.
No, leave it in.
I'm taking it out.
Yeah.
It's like the Brussels sprouts. It's gone. Yeah, cool. I think we've gone in and out around a lot of different
We
rabbit holes.
looped it.
We looped
Yeah.
it. We wormholed it.
Thank you so much, Lee, for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, no, it's a pleasure.
Definitely. So
And I'm looking forward to reading the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
let
wait
me
to
know
finish
what
it.
Let me know what you think. And yes, let me know what you think about the first one too.
yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize that it was a young adult's book until you said it. I'm like, oh man, this is just an easy read. I like it.
I'll take it.
It's an easy read.
My favorite books are young adult books.
They're just a nice breeze to, it's an enjoyable read. And
Yeah, that was why I wanted to write them. Like I said, I write more disturbing thrillers, and I wanted to break from that. And yeah, the second one I think I wrote in like a couple weeks. Like
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, I think that the character really, for being that short time period, I think that character really matured, and there was some more heavy things
Right.
that came out later in the book. You know what I mean?
You're dealing with the mom's mental health, which becomes a big part of the second book and why they go back in time to fix her. Yeah, with all young adult books, you need like issues to
Right, definitely.
to go through.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, you have me, Joe.
You got Nick.
You got Nick, Georgia.
Got Lee.
And thank you again, Lee. And we went down some timey holes.
Time hole again and again and again
We went down some timey holes.
and again. Stay safe out there when you time travel.
Bye-bye.
Love y'all.
Take care.